This morning we pray the Mass for Richard and Coletta Schmitz. Do you want me to read that first reading again? Ay, ay, ay. Oy, oy, as my grandmother would say. That was long. You know, I always kind of wonder why they torture us. But obviously the message was the bad people who adored God, the Baal, pagan God, they had to give up. And God bless the right king. Now we come together today not only to adore, but to pray to our God through Jesus. Last night at Mass, I was talking about prayer. We had the Our Father. We have different times and places. Obviously, the Eucharist is the most important prayer. When I was first ordained 40 years ago, I was at St. Mary's Berea. And whenever I would go to the hospital, I'd always end up seeing the little kids. I'd go see the babies at the end of my visit, the newborn babies, and you'd see mom or dad or grandma say, "That's my baby, that's my baby." And it was always such a thrill because after seeing the sick and the suffering, you had a chance to see the innocent little babies that just came into this crazy world. And I thank God for the children. Whenever I go to the supermarket, I get a chance to just browse around and see little kids without their shoes on. Or they're driving, I'm amazed, in the grocery store, they're driving these little cars or trucks, in the supermarket. I always ask Grandma and Grandpa, does your daughter have her driver's license? Well, she's working on it. I say prayers when I'm driving 480. Where and when do we pray? I'm driving 480. People are driving like it's Dodgems. I'm going 60, 65. They're going 75. And I'm saying, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. And I'm praying because it drives you crazy. Where and when do we pray? I like to go to the metro parks. I used to walk with my friend T. Gallagher. Sometimes I'll go down to the park and pray my breviary. That's the prayer we say for our families and our friends. Well, even those who bug us. Just before Mass, there was a siren going down the street. And I always stop and say, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Bless the person that the emergency is going towards. See, we have different times and places that we take time to treasure our faith. What is your treasure? Obviously, you're here this morning because prayer time with the Lord is very important. I do have to laugh at times when I watch sport events. I love baseball. I love basketball. Played CYO football. When I was a kid, we used to scrimmage once in a while at St. Patrick's. But I always laugh because you watch the ball game, say the Indians are playing the Yankees or somebody, or Boston, and you see these people, a very important basketball game. Or they're watching a football games and they're praying the Browns learn how to win again. They're praying for the resurrection of the Browns. And you see them with their hands, and I think, do you think God's a Yankees fan, an Indian? Well, I don't think he's a Yankees fan. But, they get, like God is going to answer their prayer because they're praying for the Indians who are playing Kansas City and they got their hands folded. Isn't it crazy? Well, one last example how God is with us. When I was at Our Lady of Angels Church, I was down on the Metro Park and I could see Fairview Hospital. I'm saying my breviary, reading Psalm 42. As the deer longs for running waters, my soul longs for thee, O Lord. Never before, never after. As the deer longs for running waters, I look down to my left and there's two deer lapping water. Is God with us? You can bet he is. Please stand.